Uh, hey everyone.
Hey everyone.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
Thanks.
Yeah, Murray Duck here with Ashkihyena and Multi-Awesome, and we are doing the Crystalline Catastrophe, which is the revamped version of the Crystalline Entity that was so difficult in the past, but now it's been made quite easier.
Yeah, they've made it a whole
Well,
lot
of course,
easier.
that depends on your team members.
Mhm.
I mean, obviously,
So, yeah.
various things have been changed. I do not remember them all since I didn't test it on Tribble, and this is my first time. Of course,
Just,
those guys have already done it, at least once or twice.
Trust me, when
And we
it says
have
not to
Yamashita
fire weapons at the entity, you don't want to fire weapons at the entity because of the
Yeah, because during that phase, that's when I really know I've got to the attachments and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, when that's happening, they just absorb everything you do. So when it says don't fire, do not fire. Like, that's it. I might as well, if you guys already want to get into combat, I might as well read the quick dialogue. So obviously you got the same Admiral for normal fleet actions. So glad to have your assistance in these efforts, Admiral. I can give you information regarding the Crystalline Entity's combat capabilities and recommended countermeasures. So, what's the situation? We're under attack by a massive crystalline life form. The USS Enterprise encountered one of these nearly 40 years ago, and the creature was destroyed. At the time, we believed that the creature was one of a kind and hadn't prepared for the eventuality of encountering another. When this one was discovered travelling through this region of space, attempts at communication were made, but the creature responded by violently destroying the ships that were sent to make contact. As a result, Starfleet and Klingon Defense Force have both authorised immediate action to end the threat caused by its presence. The Tholians seem particularly interested in this entity. Perhaps they hope to communicate with it based on their biological similarities as crystalline-based life forms. As usual, the Tholians are enigmatic, and we're not really sure what they have planned. We should be prepared to defend ourselves from their forces as we move to engage the Crystalline Entity. So, during the special Crystalline Catastrophe event, you can earn crystal shards. So these may be used in the new event reputation to earn special rewards. You may earn 1 shard every 20 hours for participating in the Crystalline Catastrophe event. So you need 14 of them, and you'll get a very nice reward of, apparently there's event reputation, so 100 event reputation, 50k to lithium ore, 1k fleet marks, and a special pet.
oh, here it comes. Turn
So,
off your
yeah.
weapons.
Hold your fire.
Yeah, hold your fire and
Of course, the other
retreat.
guys are going to be
Of course,
idiots.
people are still shooting it.
Of course, that's what the
smart.
problem is with the old Crystalline Entity. People didn't know what to do, or they just didn't follow
Yeah.
instructions, and they like they aren't now.
So, what do you know about the entity's combat abilities? It focuses a matter conversion beam in a similar manner to starship weaponry, and uses this to lash out randomly at nearby vessels. This beam deals substantial damage to starships. It is capable of disabling and killing crew at an alarming rate. The crystal regenerates at very high speeds, and is incredibly resilient to our firepower, especially that from directed energy weapons. Massive amounts of sustained firepower will be needed over the course of our encounter in order to overcome this. So it has anti-proton damage matter conversion beam weapon, high health regeneration, high kinetic resistance, and very high energy weapon resistance.
Are you guys getting
So
are you
there's
guys
high
getting
chance-
slowdown? I'm getting a lot of slowdown.
Well, it's
I've got
because there's a
about
lot of
30
shit on the
FPS.
screen. I seem to be
It's
alright.
It's running alright. I mean, it's going down to like 24.
Yeah, mine's getting down to 24 as well. It's because of how much. Oh, I'm losing shit. It's because of how
So
much
there's high
stuff is
a
on the
little bit.
screen at the
A
time.
large crystalline fragment to break off into space. We observe these large fragments, seek out starships and ram into them, destroying them in as little as a single hit. If you find yourself becoming followed by a large fragment, it is recommended that you either destroy it or outmaneuver it. Large fragments that impact a starship will shatter into small fragments, which return to the entity and apply a recrystallize effect that will amplify the magnitude of the entity's attack. So before it used to heal it if those fragments got
Yeah,
the entity,
the small
it really
fragments
didn't
or the
attack.
fragments used to heal it, which was really another problem that this had.
Yeah. And of course, no one would destroy it.
Oh,
no one
there
would
it goes.
destroy the
Hold
small
fire,
fragments,
hold
So, yeah. So I lost my part. What was I? Yeah. So the small fragments can be destroyed, but targeting them is proved extremely difficult. So, when damaged, spawns large fragments which will attempt to ram vessels, but will ignore smaller targets like mines and fighters. If they impact a ship, they will split into smaller fragments. Destroying them before they impact a ship will prevent small fragments from spawning, and they will apply a buff that will increase the entity's damage.
Here we go.
So, as a strange side effect...
back to attacking.
So as a strange side effect of the entity's unique crystalline structure, certain combat abilities that are typically used to drain enemy shields and subsystem power have been proven to break down newly formed crystals on the entity's surface. These abilities are especially effective against small fragments that have attached to themselves to the entity and applied to the recrystallize effect. Use of such abilities is recommended in hope of keeping the magnitude of the entity's devastating effects in check. So Tachyon Beam, Charge Particle Burst, Energy Siphon, and Tychon's Rift will remove any crystallized charges that are on the entity. And now we've got loads of stuff about this thing. So the entity is also capable of going into some sort of resonance trance. It is nearly immune to energy damage while in this state, and incoming weapons fire only seems to feed its rage. So obviously that's the bit when it sips up the energy. So after it's concluded this trance state, any energy absorbed is violently expelled into a shockwave that can be extremely devastating. It is recommended that our strike force switch targets during this phase to avoid feeding the shockwave and resume power on the entity after it has expelled the shockwave. Allowing it to absorb too much incoming energy will allow its shockwave to potentially vaporize our entire fleet. So it lasts for 30 seconds, any damage dealt is absorbed, and then it's released in a shockwave.
Yeah, usually what I do is I just retreat out of its... I just usually retreat out of firing range till it's done absorbing damage.
So if the entity has been allowed to fully charge up with absorbed energy and has any charges to recrystallize, it's highly likely that this blast will destroy all ships with a 10-kilometer range in a single hit. So the shockwave will damage any nearby fragments and foliage.
Oh, it's almost
so you could use your advantage,
it's almost destroyed. We've almost got this thing beat.
Yep, 7%. So obviously this is a creature we're dealing with, not a starship. So yeah, basically, I've basically been describing the briefing while we've been killing it. So yeah, I haven't fired a single shot, so might as well just go and
boom
with a beam. Boom.
Right then.
Yep.
So
I'm glad that they fixed it because yeah, the old version was basically yeah. Okay, why was there a Klingon ship here?
Maybe the Tholians brought in a mirror universe thing. I don't know. Whatever.
But yeah, that's basically the new Crystalline Entity event.
Yep.
Revamped,
So
and
use a crystal shard to go ahead and put it into the event, and yeah, so 30 required.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was basically it.
Me and him, since we did it yesterday before this.
Yep, that's the event. So we still got a what is it? A Into the Hive we need to do next. The ground phase first, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So yeah, Hive Assault is the east face, and into the Hive is the ground. I believe.
Yep. But we'll save that for next time. Later.
See ya.
Okay.